How's it going, everybody? Welcome to episode 13 of King's Court. Um, the so
Lucky number
lucky
13.
number 13. So there's a
Yeah,
couple
dude.
things before we get to there's one thing before we get to the big topic. Destiny released a new season in its cowboy armor, and for the last 2 days, I have been grinding that thing lifelessly. I don't even know what grass is anymore. Bitches,
this
never.
Never touched it.
This is true.
This is
I
all I've
can
been
attest to
doing.
that.
Jordan's been with me in the fire team for a couple of them, and the last one I don't even think he did anything.
I don't think I
think
did
he
anything
just
either.
stood there waiting for the loot to happen. But
Yeah, we completed the raid. We completed the dungeon for the first time last night,
yeah,
as of recording this, and
by the
he has
next morning, I've
downloaded
downloaded the entire first half of the
the entire first half of the damn fucking dungeon. Holy!
So
Meanwhile, I was at my job.
yeah, he was working. I was getting the alternative bread. Well, failing to get the alternative bread. It would have been way better if I could actually get the fucking helmet. But no dice for me, thank you.
Yeah.
Anyway, in bigger, more important and actual news, the Game Awards just happened, and I guess we got a lot to say about that.
Some people on this call have.
I couldn't contain that one.
Not
Anyway,
so much opinions, but
we're gonna talk about it.
We'll hear God of War Ragnarok a lot, and not saying this because I'm a fucking Xbox player, but like I like God of War. Just a preface.
Oh yeah, I like God of War too.
I played PS3. I had played all the God of Wars. I know about it. It deserves to be on the Game Awards, but the 2023 Game Awards.
Yeah, it. I wanna kick this off by being like, anything that releases in like November or October even, I don't think should even be valid for that year's Game Awards, because unlike Elden Ring, which came out in February,
it had an entire
opportunity for
most of the year,
entire year, for people to pick its bones clean of every piece of content. I'm talking music, all the arcs, even the deleted, even the non put in files of stories that they didn't use. People picked it to the bone, down to the bone marrow even, and it's unfair to God of War Ragnarok as a game and the people that developed it, that not only did it come out so close to Game Awards, so it's fresh in everyone's head, so they're more likely to vote for it. It's unfair to the validity of people voting. Like, if they want to make a truly informed decision, they're not going to be able to get it because it came out a month ago. So people don't even have time to pick every single thing clean about that game and find out all of the secrets that they do about Elden Ring out. It's unfair both ways. Anyway, I just think the last quarter of the year of games shouldn't be counted towards this.
It even gets worse because like the only reason God of War even gets to like be up there is because it's a AAA title, right?
Yeah.
Like if it wasn't a AAA title and it was released exactly the same time, there's absolutely a 0% chance, no matter how good the game is, that it would get into the.
Yeah, I agree.
Exactly. It would have been in the 2023 role, or not even at all. Like they would have been like, well, it doesn't count.
It came out too late in the year, so it's blah blah blah. And it's like, but this AAA game came out at the same time.
Yesterday.
Yeah, exactly. It's unfair to every sense of the validity of the Game Awards to have it come out then.
It is an award show, so validity is not exactly high on the priority
list. It is pretty much an opinion piece of a show. Given that it's an award. Yeah, it's just our opinion piece of an opinion piece.
Wicked.
So I guess we got to start from the. Do we want to start from the bottom up and work to game of the year?
That's exactly what I did. I'm on IGN's guide, and they give me a list.
Perfect.
So I started at the bottom.
Which order are we taking the list? I was just gonna.
I have no idea what order these. Fucking everybody knows, anybody who is under a fucking rock knows who won.
Yeah, everyone knows who won, but like
anybody who's at all interested in this knows who won. But I've scrolled all the way to the bottom of IGN's page here, and the last thing on this list is best adaptation.
Oh God, yeah. Okay, let's start with that. Let's start with the weakest foot forward, because I got $15 right here that says I don't know what the fuck this is gonna be.
The best adaptation went to Arcane, the League of Legends show,
which dissolved.
Actually,
it sure did.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It absolutely did.
No.
Such a good show.
I will agree with that.
So Arcane was such a good show that people who finally found a way to stop playing League of Legends were dragged back into League of Legends. Tells you how good of a show it was.
Yeah. I'll be honest. I can get behind that. I thought they were gonna be like a game adaptation of a show, and I was like, I have no clue.
The runners up definitely, well, not really, but it was Edge Runners, the Cuphead show, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, and Uncharted.
So Uncharted was a runner-up.
It was practically fight for third.
I think that's all of the video game related movies and TV shows released.
Absolutely.
God, the fact that the Uncharted movie was even on that list.
Next year, I hope to see the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Remove the Uncharted IP from it was a fine.
Oh
like
yeah,
pretty basic.
It was a fine adventure film.
Movie.
Yeah, it was a great adventure film. It was not a Uncharted film because they kind of amalgamated the different plots of
basically all four games,
and just kind of put them all into one package.
Yeah, and casting Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg
yeah.
to play characters that, like, to be honest, Mark Wahlberg could have probably played Nathan Drake.
Yeah.
And somebody else could have played Sully. Like, they didn't need to put Tom Holland in there.
Holland was
Spider-Man!
Dude, they wanted the Spider-Man.
Tom Holland is a
Marky Mark is from the Funky Bunch, okay?
Tom Holland is a very like Chris Pratt's been getting roles like the Mario. They're like, it's just because it's Chris Pratt. Like,
yeah, and
it's
Garfield.
And Garfield, yeah. That's just what Tom Holland's going through. It's like he's like, it's Tom Holland.
Yeah,
they're casting it because
they're
he's
like,
the
oh,
biggest
he's
name.
in Marvel. Yeah, same deal with Chris Evans when he
did Captain America.
Stopped being Captain America. He was in everything.
Yeah, he was in everything. But at least I actually really like Chris Evans as an actor.
Chris Evans, on the bright side, when he does things now, he like plays like not Captain America.
Yeah, but like the Nathan Drake that Tom Holland played was just Spider-Man.
Or Peter Parker and Spider-Man.
It was just
mostly
pretty well.
It was pretty well just Spider-Man because he doesn't have the doofy, like Nathan Drake doesn't have the doofy Peter Parker stuff, but he definitely had a lot of the Spider-Man.
Yeah, he had a lot of the
aspects where he's just like cocky, like flippant.
Yeah, and Nathan Drake was more of he was suave, and when he made mistakes, they were few and far between, like enough to be like, oh, he's a lovable character. But Tom Holland just played American Tom Holland in that movie.
I will say, Mark Wahlberg, great pick for the movie in general. Tom Holland, no. Anyway, that's not even who won. Arcane definitely
very
deserved
good in
it.
Transformers, but
Arcane was pretty good. Like we don't like the biggest criticism I can think of for Arcane is that like they altered the lore of a bunch of characters somewhat, so it's not technically in universe accurate. But like,
okay, yeah, who cares? That's creative license. In that, like, you can explain that as like, oh, it's a different Marvel multiverse.
True.
Something like that. Given that like everything these days has to be like that in depth with like, oh yeah, everything's like this. There's multiverses now because that's
hilarious because League of Legends does have alternate universes for their various skin lines, and they have an Arcane skin line. You sort of you can just justify it like that kind of hilariously.
Well, that's good. That's good that they actually thought about that.
The real problem with it though is not a problem per se, but it's like there are some characters that are like not given a lot of backstory in the game, but like they're implied to like be related to things in the show, and it's like, well, that's cool, but like, is it like there's a relevant character? Yeah. I don't know how much. I'm gonna not do spoilers, I guess. But there's a character in League of Legends who has things happen to him, and he is sort of described vaguely in his backstory. And there was a character that fits such description before the things happen to him in Arcane. And it could be that they are the same character, because we don't know what the character's name was before the things happened to him. But is it? Who knows? I hope so, because that'd be pretty cool. But even if it is in the Arcane universe, is it in the League of Legends universe?
Yeah, is it in the League universe? Yeah.
Yeah, Cyberpunk was an obvious choice, obvious pick.
Yeah, especially for a runner-up. If
100%.
If not to win, I bet that had to be a pretty close vote.
And Sonic the Hedgehog 2, I liked it. It wasn't like the best movie, but that might have just been in there because there wasn't so. Ben Schwartz is phenomenal in that movie. Like he plays it very nice.
Yeah, I also haven't seen the Sonic movies. I've heard that they all mediocre movies. Like they.
Oh, they're not good movies. They're just they're fun. Like if you,
that's
you
really all.
with the boys or whatever.
That's really all you need from like a Sonic movie, because like we all know that the Mario movie is not going to be a good movie.
No,
it's going to be a fun movie. And we hope it's going to be a fun movie.
It's got to be fun. There's too much star power for it to fail.
Yeah.
Well,
in the fun department.
I have some faith in like Jack Black will do incredibly.
Oh yeah,
they will do incredibly.
And they already have. Seeing the trailers, the few lines we've heard of those, like even Princess Peach, I have no clue who the person is playing her, because I think
Anya Taylor-Joy. I hope I pronounce all of those names. She's the Queen's Gambit girl.
I don't know.
That's fine. It's a chess thing about, and Netflix had a chess TV show.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't know anything about that, but like I had no clue who she was, and she seemed like she did great. Like I didn't expect Keegan-Michael Key to pull out like an actual Toad.
Yeah, it does. It sounds like I was a little worried it wouldn't sound so much like Toad, but it's a solid Toad voice.
It's totally his take on Toad.
Yeah,
like I'm sure
exactly
we hear the other Toads and they'll be like, but he's like unique.
Chris Pratt is like,
which is the disappointment he always is.
Everyone else gave me like, I was like, oh yeah. The first couple lines I heard from him.
Yeah, they sound very like normal crisp Rat.
Yeah, it's just crisp Rat. But I will say the second trailer
at some point that was him doing a "Hey, it's me, Mario." Don't worry, that's not the actual voice. It's exactly the voice. He was lying to us all.
Yeah, he thought it was different, or maybe he's just.
You realized us in the first half. Not gonna lie.
Anyway, well, we've been on this one for a little bit.
We sure have. We're just gonna flip through most anticipated game because none of the games are out.
Yeah.
Well, I do want to
know who did it. Yeah.
That game is far too anticipated of a game that hasn't come out yet that we can't possibly not talk about.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Anyway, moving on.
I'm curious to know just your prerogative, knowing about your knowledge of the games that are coming out this year. What do you think we're on? Like, what do you think the winner was, or in your opinion, what would have been your winner for the new games coming out that you've heard?
I don't even.
Those are two different questions.
I don't even. Oh fuck! I don't even know.
I'm just trying to see, like, I'm not trying to like blow your expectations out of the water here, but
I'm not.
I'm just curious to know your opinion.
In the next year.
Neither do I. Here's the thing. Can I answer something from the trailers at the Game Awards? Because like I have answers if I can include those, but those aren't going to be in the awards. So
no, those were not in most anticipated game.
I'm gonna go with the Cowboy Vampire Hunter game, whose name I can't remember.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the one with fuck, Danny something.
I don't remember, like Bloody West or Dark West or.
That is a good pick. It's not on the list though.
Is the medieval zombie game where it's like For Honor, but you're hunting, but like Black Ops zombies?
If it's not called Starfield, it's not on the list.
I was gonna say
because all the other games I know about. So anyway, on the most anticipated list is Final Fantasy 16, Hogwarts Legacy.
What? What?
Hogwarts Legacy is that open world Harry Potter game.
The fucking Harry Potter fans have taken over the Game Awards.
No kidding. Resident Evil 4.
Oh, okay.
Starfield.
Okay.
and The Legend of Zelda: Tears
Oh,
of the Kingdom.
fuck!
Tears of the King.
I
Okay,
that one
I
I'm
kind of forgot that was supposed to
I
come out next
completely
year.
forgot.
Yeah,
That comes
alright,
out on
fair
that
enough.
comes out 2 days before my birthday, and I forgot about it.
Okay. No.
That one, Zelda 1.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Zelda winning is like a no. It's like that's a no-brainer. That's like
Yeah,
It's
sorry,
been
spoiler
most
alert.
anticipating game for 4 years.
yeah for 4
There
years.
is-
Yeah,
There is
exactly.
a trailer for the Final Fantasy 16 at the Game Awards, and so I didn't think of it because I was thinking that wasn't
Oh,
going to
was
be on the list
there?
because there was a trailer for it. But of course,
That's
it
my
was
fault.
announced like 5 years ago. So
I didn't know. I don't know too much of the trailers. All I seen was Lightfall. If I'm being fair.
All right, so yeah, Zelda.
So, okay.
Zelda's a no-brainer for most anticipated game. I just
Yeah,
forgot it was
Best
coming out.
esports team is next on the list. I
coming out.
am gonna skip that because I do not care.
Fuck, Space Station Gaming.
Loud Valorant player team won. By the way, I don't care. Moving on. Nope. Okay, best esports game was Valorant. Okay, don't care.
Okay.
Yeah,
wait,
that's
hold
a-
on,
Wait. Oh, actually, no. Rocket League's on this list.
we care now.
Rocket
We
League
care
should have
now.
won, by the way.
Yeah, no,
I guess Valorant, League
Valorant-
of Legends, Dota 2, Rocket League. One of the Call of Duty / Modern Warfare's. I'm just gonna.
Oh,
vote for
Rainbow
all the
Six.
other-
Nope. Counter-Strike.
Oh, Counter-Strike.
Global
Completely
Offensive.
forgot about
That was
Counter-Strike.
probably- That's the one it should have obviously been.
But you
my
got
bad. My
out of all of
apologies.
those, you got them bang on.
Yeah, Counter-Strike.
Those are the only
Counter-Strike's so
esports,
obvious.
yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, Valorant
don't
only
care
won
about
'cause it
best
was
esports
brand new
event.
anyway.
Don't care about best esports coach. Don't care.
Oh my god.
I'm skipping through the
Seriously?
esports shit.
Yeah, we don't really care about
no,
esports.
I don't give a damn about esports.
And I don't know content creators by names. So we're going best multiplayer
Hold on,
games.
I want to hear this one.
Best
Carl
content
Jacobs.
creator.
YouTube. I mean, Minecraft YouTuber.
Of course it is.
Ludwig.
He's I don't know
Isn't
what
he a
what to call him.
PokeTuber?
He's sort of like a general.
Yeah, he's sort of a general.
He does a lot. He's big.
Nibulon.
Not a clue.
I recognize that one.
No Brew.
Nope.
Oh, I recognize that one either.
And QT Cinderella.
Oh, that's
Ludwig's girlfriend.
Ludwig's girl. Yeah, so Ludwig and his girlfriend made runner-up. Good.
Ludwig
That's pretty
won.
impressive.
Oh, Ludwig won. Okay, yep. You know what? That's it. Nick is right. That is impressive. I don't know why I was so.
Okay, this
I
is
don't know
a
why I was so
weird
venomous
list
about
for
that.
the next one, though. Best multiplayer games.
Okay.
We have Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah, it just came
which
out. Came out in
which
October.
also suffers from the God of War thing.
The whole God of War thing applies to Modern Warfare 2. The entire thing.
Multiverses. Overwatch 2, which I can give it a pass, but why is it on this list in the first place with all that shit?
Is another one of those. It has AAA.
I'm
bias,
going
'cause
to yeah.
Really, in reality, it's just Overwatch 1.
It's just over
doesn't really
to
deserve
the
an
point
extra.
where Jordan said this. His sister has an Overwatch 1 like
Switch cartridge
that can play Overwatch 2.
Overwatch 1 doesn't exist anymore.
It is literally Overwatch 1 except with a 2 on it. I know that's what sequels are, but it is literally that in the biggest sense. So,
and our last two, we have Splatoon 3.
Okay.
And Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Shredder's Revenge.
Huh.
I'm gonna say,
Okay.
oh, what was the second one?
Multiverses.
I want to say that one won because that one was.
That's the Smash clone.
Does- I-
The quote unquote Smash clone. I mean, it is a Smash clone, but like people like it a lot, and
Yeah.
I haven't played it, but it looks cool.
I want to say that one won. I'm gonna.
I'll handle that.
What about you, Nick? You doubling down?
I mean, well, hold on.
Okay.
I'm gonna say that Modern Warfare 1.
Oh,
I don't think
yeah.
it deserves to win.
Call of Duty probably won.
Well, you
but-
both are
But
wrong.
whatever. Those games are the same to me. I
You
don't
both
like
are
them.
wrong. Surprisingly, Splatoon 3 won.
Damn. Okay.
Really?
Okay.
Shout out Splatoon 3. I wanted to
Okay.
play that, but I didn't have bread, and then I forgot until the Game Awards. And now I still don't have bread to buy it.
We should make videos on that when we can, because
That would be awesome.
Because I bet those are fun. Because I've only played like a little bit of like Splatoon 1. But-
Splatoon 2 was fun. I liked it.
Yeah, I'll be
But
honest.
it's hard to
of all of
do
them,
multiplayer. I
mul-
hope they change that.
Multiverses and Splatoon 3 definitely deserved it more than the other three that came out at the end of the year and were
Truth.
only there because AAA title. Whereas Multiverses was like Multiverses really deserved to be on that list. I'll be completely honest.
Absolutely.
Like for being a Smash clone, and it be like actually garnering that much attention.
And being like a good one with like the likes of Brawlhalla and
and being
Smash.
a good one. Yeah, exactly.
Like.
All right.
So our next one is best sim/strategy game.
Oh fuck.
Okay.
That came out this year.
Yep, we have
Okay.
Dune, Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope, Total War, Warhammer 3,
yeah.
2 Point Campus, or Victoria 3.
Okay, so here's the thing.
I want it to be Warhammer,
Mario
but
Rabbids
it's not going to
also
be.
suffers from the exact same of the God of War syndrome, and I think it's gonna win.
It did win.
Yeah, it would, because I wanted to say that Warhammer 3 should have won, but it was unfortunately like nearly irreparably broken for the first part of its release, like for the first part of its life, and by the time they got it fully fixed and ready, its player base had already died.
Absolutely.
Seen much of Mario Rabbids 2, but I have heard literally nothing but the best reviews about the first game.
Yeah.
I want to know when Rabbids came back though.
I think it was then and there. I don't think it's Rabbids. I think literally the gameplay is so good that they forgive the Rabbids for being there.
Yeah.
Like Rabbids were minions before minions.
Yeah, they sure were. I don't know how they came back. Like, they didn't deserve to come back into the public eye.
Least of all, next to the number one video game icon, Mario.
Is he number one? I thought Pokemon was number one.
Gun in this game.
Maybe, but Mario is probably the most recognizable character next to Pikachu.
What did you say, Nick?
Yeah.
Something about gun?
Do you think that Mario would be holding a gun?
A blaster? It's actually a Mega Man Buster Blaster.
Actually, Nick, it's not a gun. It's a Mega Man Blaster.
That being said, though, Snake has an actual Glock in Smash Bros, so I don't really.
That's awesome. No. I like that.
Guns in Nintendo games that Mario gets to use a gun.
It's a blaster. They're having fun. It's like laser tag. Anyway, moving up to best sports/racing game.
I know. Oh fuck, Forza 5 came out, right?
It's not on this list.
I'm just gonna say it's Mazda 22, whatever which one it was.
It's fucking FIFA 19, but called FIFA 23. NBA 2K19, also called NBA 2K23.
I forgot all the sports clones actually exist.
F1 22.
I think that's what I was thinking of, not Forza.
Which was at the end of last year, because F1 23 should be out. Because sports games like to do that shit.
Yeah.
Early, like cars.
Like cars. I was just gonna.
Gran Turismo 7.
No, that's
Ollie World.
I was thinking Gran Turismo. I think I'm still gonna go with that one.
Gran Turismo did win.
Yeah.
I don't care about sports games, so we're moving on to best family games.
Oh fuck. Mario Party Superstars or All Stars came out this year, right? Is that
I believe so. Either that or it was last year.
I think it was.
It's not on the list, so.
No, I think it was last year.
One. Yeah. Do I say it or do I just?
Yeah, just go nuts.
If you want.
I'm pretty sure it was Kirby that won this one, isn't it?
It was Kirby that won, but up there was Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga,
right.
Mario and Rabbids: Spark of Hope,
of course,
Nintendo Wii Sports 3, or also known as Switch Sports.
Oh, that's right, that came out. I forgot.
Yeah. And Splatoon 3.
That makes sense.
Shout out Nintendo, being wholesome as hell.
Yeah, Nintendo cleaning up the family aisle.
Classic Kirby, the Elder Troll that fights other Elder Trolls.
Classic family icon,
yeah. So we don't have really anything to say because fucking Kirby is Kirby.
Yeah, it's just
talk down on Kirby, feel the wrath. So next we're moving to best fighting games.
Oh fuck.
DNF Duel.
Fighting game thing, my bad.
Yeah. Well, he's just gonna list them because he knows that we don't know what we're doing.
The reason why I'm not glossing over this one is because I'm gonna get you dick hard with what the words I'm about to say.
All right.
Okay.
DNF Duel, King of Fighters 15, Multiverses, Shifu, Master Shifu. Sifu is whatever, and JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Oh, that's
All-Star
right.
Battle R.
That did come out.
There's no way that it
There's
won.
no way
is
that it
pretty
won over
funny.
Multiverses,
It
but
did not won. Multiverses definitely
yeah,
won.
I was just gonna say there's no way it won over Multiverses, but it do be on the list though.
It's funny that it's on the list.
Yeah, it's hilarious that it's on the list. The Game Awards had to feature JoJo.
Fighting games. I'm not a huge fan of
We don't-
fighting
yeah,
games. I like
we-
the Smash Bros,
yeah,
but
we
I don't play like
fighting
Tekken
games, yeah.
or
Content creators that are huge fighting game fans, so I've like absorbed some knowledge sort of accidentally.
yeah.
Accidental
But we're going on
osmosis.
to the main event, not the main event, but the best event, best RPG.
Oh, fuck.
Say it with me.
Elden Ring.
Elden Ring.
There's literally no way it wasn't Elden Ring.
Yeah, okay,
Literally,
sure.
literally no way it wasn't Elden Ring.
Front center though, we have Live Alive or Live a Live or Live
Yeah,
Alive.
that's
That
like a
thing.
remake of like a really old one that was never
Yeah,
released in
I think.
America
Yeah,
or
I think
something.
so.
Pokemon Legends Arceus,
That was in
Triangle
there?
Strategy,
I guess
and
that's technically-
Xenoblade.
Yeah, I guess Pokemon's an RPG. Yeah, that's fair.
I am so stunned by
Xenoblade
that.
Chronicles 3.
Oh yeah.
But since Pokemon Legends Arceus was nominated for Best RPG, they're making another one. It'll be like Legends Celebi or some shit.
I actually want that because those were really cool. Like that's a really cool story for Pokemon. Like I do like that story format for Pokemon, and there's so much of the backstory
The
history
lore.
of the worlds. Yeah, the lore of all the different regions that they can make twice the Pokemon games. They have
Yeah,
they
thing
they
you
have the
need is
current.
twice the Pokemon games.
They
as
have-
opposed to Pokemon games that are better.
Listen, I didn't say it was a good idea. I just said they could do it.
It's absolutely tough.
But
Did Triangle Strategy make the list, or was that last year?
Yeah. Triangle Strategy made the list,
Oh,
as
cool.
well as Xenoblade Chronicles 3.
yeah, Xenoblade
I heard
Chronicles
good
3
things about that
definitely.
one, and then I heard bad things about Donkey, who roasted it and made everyone mad. And that's literally all I know about the situation.
I think
That's crazy. I know
I'm
they
so
released
stunned that
Smash
Legends
Fighters
Arceus is
for
on
it.
there. Like I don't know why that stuns me so hard. Like I just never
Actually,
thought of it
Smash
as an
Bros. I think
RPG.
was two, not from 3.
All right, so what do we
So
got?
moving on to Best Action/Adventure Game.
Oh, okay.
Plague Tale.
23.
Ooh, Plague Tale's not bad.
A Plague Tale, Requiem. I don't know if saying the subline is important, but
Well, I
there
mean,
there
it's
was
not
a
the
Plague
first
Tale.
one, but
So
okay.
yeah.
Regardless, God of War Ragnarok,
Uh-huh.
sure. I mean, yeah, that's a story game. I'll give it that.
Horizon Forbidden West.
Oh
I've
yeah.
never played it, but
That came out
is
this
that
year.
a story game?
Logan really liked that. It is.
mean,
Stray.
Stray
Big
is
boost from
not a
Stray
game.
here.
Oh, ooh,
Stray is
yeah.
Australia.
I'm feeling Stray on that one.
And Tunic. I don't know about Tunic, but I heard that it
Tunic's
was
the
really
Legend of
good.
Zelda clone, but you're a fox, and it's all like,
That's so
it's
weird.
not. I don't want to say pixely, but like almost pixely.
Oh, like very indie.
Yeah, it
Kinda-
looks
Like
kinda
Stardew Valley?
Yeah, it looks very indie. That's very fair. It like you look like you look like Link, but you're a fox. Like you're a
That's-
fox
okay.
wearing a green tunic,
That's-
holding a sword. Like,
That's a cool enough
Oh, okay.
clone, I think.
That's nice. God of War won the best action adventure,
Yeah.
which
I
I
would've-
think
I
everything
would've
aside
loved
from Game of the
Stray.
Year, like best game, God of War, every time it's been nominated, it's won.
Fuck.
yeah.
So,
Stray definitely deserved it more than that one.
although it's not in
did
this
it.
next one, best action
me,
game
anyway.
with Bayonetta 3, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2,
Oh, fuck.
Neon White, Sifu, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Shredder's Revenge.
Right, here's what I know is that I've got a YouTuber that I watch, and that he very much wanted Neon White to win, and that's how I know that it definitely didn't.
I figured it. I figured it didn't win because
I don't know what Neon White is.
My understanding is that it's a anime story, like an anime
Oh,
sort of
I
like
think
a
I've
run
seen
and
clips of
gun,
this.
a run and gun like a what do you call a visual novel with a card-based system
That's
where
so
you run and
weird.
jump off the walls of heaven or something. Like it actually is kind of a cool sounding concept.
Damn. Bayonetta 3 won.
Oh yeah, okay,
Okay.
yeah, okay. At least it wasn't COD.
At least it wasn't COD. At least it wasn't COD. Holy.
Because with the whole Ragnarok situation, it's kind of I know this is a pessimistic take, but like it's kind of hard to imagine anything else winning when games like that are games that are in the God of War situation category show up. You're like, that obviously that one, because that's just the Game of War situation or the God of War situation. Anyway, continue.
The next one is innovation and accessibility.
Okay,
this is interesting.
this actually no, I didn't expect this. This might be really
I know
cool.
nothing about this one.
This
so
is
yeah,
it has a description here: recognizing software and/or hardware that is pushing the medium forward by adding features, technology, and content to help games be played and enjoyed by an even wider audience.
Oh, that's actually
so
really
these games
nice.
consist of As Dusk Falls, God of War Ragnarok, Returnal, Return to Monkey Island, The Last of Us Part 1, and The Quarry.
So
I hope it's Return to Monkey Isle. I hope with everything, with my entire soul.
Better go to Monkey Island.
It better go to Monkey Island. Go back to Return to Monkey Island. It fucking better. It better. I'm gonna shut down the whole Game Awards studio if it didn't go to Monkey Island.
Unfortunately, the Game Awards will be canceled for next year on behalf of Brennan because
Ragnarok.
God of War Ragnarok
Fucking shoot me. How is that accessible? How is it accessible? How is that accessible?
How did God of War do to make the game more accessible other than label every ledge that you can grab onto and make it so that your companions always talk to you whenever you don't do the right action every 5 seconds?
Probably that. Probably that is the reason.
Undeserved. No, I'm shutting down the studio.
Although I probably would have shit my own pants out of shock if Elden Ring made this list.
Okay, yeah. If Elden Ring made that list,
no.
Like, as a joke, hilarious. If it actually made that list, I would go wherever the headquarters is, wherever these people determine this shit. They're going to hell, everyone.
To be fair to Elden Ring, one of the big problems, quote unquote problems, with the Dark Souls-esque series is that you take just so much damn falling damage, right? And in Elden Ring, you basically don't take falling
true.
damage.
They did make it more accessible. They increased the distance you can fall.
Yeah, by a very finite,
by like
fine
about
amount.
3 meters.
You either take a little bit of damage or you fucking die.
Or you die.
Like,
yeah,
you just straight die.
There is no in between. You're never you're never in the safe zone.
You're never in the lands between. Next up is best VR or AR game.
Did God of War Ragnarok come out in VR?
God of War VR. You get to plug your own thumbs into Poseidon's eyes this time.
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. That would deserve it.
True.
Because the ability to kill the gods with my bare hands.
In any case, After the Fall, Bone Lab, Moss Book 2, Red Matter, and Among Us VR.
Among Us VR
made the list.
Among Us VR. It's got no.
Surprisingly, it goes to Moss Book 2, not Among Us VR.
Don't even know what it is. It should have been Among Us VR.
It didn't go to the Metaverse by Facebook, and that's all it needed to not.
God, if that was on the list,
Walmart Land or something.
If that was on the list, Nick is joining me on the crusade against the Game Awards. If that was on the list.
Oh, dude, I already hate all award shows, so like I'm with you anyway.
Okay,
all right, here we go.
None of us are rich enough to afford VR. We're moving on. Best community support. Recognizing a game for outstanding community support, transparency, responsiveness, inclusive of social media activity and game updates.
Hot take. Even though we're playing Destiny, not Bungie. Not Destiny 2 Witch Queen.
I don't think that's necessarily a hot take. I feel like the answer's going to be like Sonic, because Sonic's twiddle is like kind of funny, I think. My understanding of it is, anyway.
All right, we are going in the absolute wrong direction. Weird takes from both of you. Absolutely wrong. This game has the list of Apex Legends, Final Fantasy XIV Online, Fortnite, No Man's Sky, and Destiny 2.
Of course, Destiny 2's on the fucking list. Of course, it's on the fucking list.
Care less about the answer to this question.
I want to say No Man's Sky because it deserves all the recognition it can get for pulling itself out of whatever hellhole it spawned in.
Yeah, no,
It's
it
gonna
was
be
Final
Destiny
Fantasy
2.
14 Online.
Okay, that's good.
At least it wasn't Destiny 2.
I was gonna crucify. They were gonna get intensely worse punishment.
I don't remember it.
They were gonna get intensely worse punishment if they kept doing shit like that. Like Destiny 2 is up there. I'm not rating them anymore. They're gonna get crucified.
All right, next question before we proceed. Do we care about mobile games?
I think it'd be funny. It's Genshin Impact,
Did
ain't it?
Marvel Snap win?
Marvel Snap won.
And that's
Oh,
the only
okay.
thing that matters.
You know what? Good.
Okay, cool. Moving on. Best debut indie title: Neon
Oh,
White,
fuck.
Narco, Stray, Tunic, and Vampire Survivors.
Ooh, this one's a tough one, actually.
This actually, yeah, because Neon White sounds like it was enough. Stray was definitely, at least for me, from what I saw of it, it looked like a game that I could actually believe would win this shit. Listen, it survives my harsh crusade against the Game Awards Academy list.
Yeah, so like, okay, so
Oh, it's an
here's the thing,
academy
right?
now?
The
So
whole
Stray looks
academy.
like, you know, an Oscar bait movie. Stray is like an
yeah.
Oscar bait game.
I agree
and then
there.
there's Tunic, which is like an indie
Zelda.
award bait game. Like if that's what this is, right? It's like it's clearly
Gotcha.
a Zelda quote unquote clone, but it's like it's iterating on it.
Yeah,
it
yeah,
looks different. It's got its own vibe and stuff, but it's also clearly an
It's
homage
clearly
to the classic games,
yeah,
right?
okay.
Vampire Survivals is like literally the most industry-defining video game of the year.
Oh,
like,
shit.
not without a doubt.
It definitely
and
went
Neon
to
White,
Tunic though. It's just because Nick said that about the other game.
I'm gonna go to Vampire Survivals because I think that it is undoubtedly the indie game that has made the most impact, but that doesn't mean it won per se.
Well, the best debut indie game went to Stray, as well as the best indie game went to Stray as well. That's the next one up.
Yeah,
the
I
only
figured that
difference
was-
in the list is Sifu and Cut of the Lamb. The others are all the same.
Okay.
Moving up to best ongoing game.
Oh, fuck.
We have Apex Legends, Destiny 2, Final Fantasy 14 Online, Fortnite, and Genshin Impact.
I'm gonna.
Oh,
Genshin.
no.
I was gonna say Final Fantasy 14, but it's probably Genshin.
I want to say it's Final Fantasy 14 too because of they won the community support thing, but Fortnite and Genshin probably took.
Fortnite Battle Pass.
If it's
It was
Fortnite
Final Fantasy 14.
Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. All I know was there was a feud for the Game Awards between Genshin and Sonic, and I saw memes of the fucking I don't care if Sonic wins. I just need Genshin to lose.
Moving up for Games for Impact.
Genshin.
For a thought-provoking of the specific Genshin variety. They didn't win, so they were just making up things so Genshin would win.
Games
Anyway,
with impact in the name.
It was for a thought-provoking game with a pro-social meaning or message.
What the fuck?
A Memoir Blue, As Dusk Falls, Citizen Sleeper, Endling, Extinction, Holy is Forever, Hindsight, and I Was a Teenage Exocolonist.
I have no clue what any of those are.
As Dusk Falls won.
Oh, okay.
That's the only one that's made more appearances on this list.
Okay.
Cool. Good for them.
I have no
best
clue.
performance. This goes to voice actors.
Oh God, God of War Ragnarok.
Yep, it was Christopher Judge.
Oh yeah, it was Dad of Boy.
Yeah.
Dad of Boy.
Dad of Boy.
Up on the list though was the voice actress for Aloy in Horizon Forbidden West. Somebody from A Plague Tale. Ashley Birch.
Oh.
From Horizon Forbidden West.
Ashley Birch played. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Charlotte McBurney. From A Plague Tale Requiem.
Oh, that's probably the main character.
Christopher Judge, God of War.
Yep.
Manon Gage from Immortality.
What the fuck is Immortality?
No idea.
I don't know. And Sunny Suljek from God of War Ragnarok, who plays Atreus.
It got 2 fucking recommendations.
You got Dad of Boy and Boy of Dad.
Jesus Christ.
think that I guess that's still no. I mean, I want to give God of War credit where credit is due. I just think releasing it all in the same year as everything else is a little odd.
Yeah,
Yeah, I feel like it
again,
really takes from
same with Nick.
the others.
We have this. Nick and I basically share the same brain on this. It's just like it did a lot of stuff. I'm not trashing the game. I'm just trashing when it came out because it hijacked the awards.
It totally deserves all these awards for next year.
Yeah, depending on
but
what
for
comes
right
out.
now, I feel like they take from
the
limelight of the others.
Exactly.
For best audio design, what?
Oh, this
Call of Modern Warfare 2.
What?
Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok.
No way.
Gran Turismo 7.
What?
Horizon Forbidden West. So we have shooty gun sounds, Dark Souls 3 sounds, car sounds, and God of War and Horizon.
I'm gonna say that it gives it to the calls because I'm pessimistic at the moment.
No, pessimistic means it went to God of War, which it
And
definitely
you'd be correct.
did. Yeah, fuck. They hijacked it. Like
I'm actually a little bit happy about that.
Like,
because I honestly think it was much role.
At the very least, it didn't go to the cars or the guns. I'm pretty sure Horizon deserved something. Like, I'm pretty sure it deserved something. Elden Ring, however, I can tell you had beautiful audio design, and I haven't played Ragnarok or heard anything of it, but if it's in the same camp. It hijacked it. People say Elden Ring, and you're like, oh yeah, that was actually pretty good, but they're playing Ragnarok while they're voting.
That's probably why it didn't win Best Game. To be 100%, they didn't want that kind of blowout, so they gave them all these little awards, but didn't give them like the big one they go for.
Because there would have been upset people about it. Like, I know people are like, God, we're Ragnarok for Game of the Year, but it's like you psychologically break the awards ceremony when you release it that late, because people are playing those games as they're voting. So,
yeah,
it's confirmation bias in at least a little bit of a sense. Anyway, I'm not saying it doesn't have good sound design. Like I said, all the credit where it's due. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it shouldn't have been counted.
Too early.
It's
too early. Best score / music. I'm gonna list some names. and I'm gonna tell you what they're from. I'm gonna butcher some of these names because they're not English names.
Yeah, I'm gonna
imagine
that.
I'm not very good at English, let alone other languages. So we have Olivier Deriviere. Nah, the guy who composed A Plague Tale.
Okay. Yeah.
We have Tsukasa Saito. He composed Elden Ring.
I was actually gonna guess Elden Ring.
Bear McCreary, God of War.
Ooh, he did Godzilla. That actually, if it wins, I can understand, but still upset about it.
Two Feathers from Metal Hellsinger.
What was that?
I don't know. Anyway. And Yasunori Mitsuda. It doesn't tell me what game, but I'm pretty sure that was the best attempt at pronouncing somebody's name I did. So there you go. Bear McCreary won for God of War.
Of course. I'm upset by principle. Like, I actually do think Bear McCreary deserved an award because, like I said, he did the Godzilla song, and it actually, like, I have it saved on Spotify. It is a great song, and I'm almost certain he's a wonderful composer. But, like,
we're just sounding like broken records here.
The principle of the matter.
We call it the God of War phenomena, and we
sure, let's go.
Shorthand that.
I'm still just upset about it. Anyway, continue.
Best art direction. We have Elden Ring, God of War, Horizon, Scorn, and Stray.
Just say it.
The winner was Elden Ring.
Oh, okay. Yay.
I mean, that's gonna be everything, right?
Yay!
Either God of War or Elden Ring.
Yeah, everything was either God of War or Elden Ring. I'm just happy that it won.
I liked the design of Stray. I probably
Stray
would have
was
voted
Stray
for
was
it.
I would have voted for Stray, knowing that it was at least on the nominee list for again being an indie game.
Or hell, even Horizon. I like robot dinosaurs.
Robot Dinosaurs.
Like I
really
liked
cool,
that idea.
It was a good list to say the least for the.
It was a very good list. Like any of these could have taken it. Like
Like, I
Gran
would've been-
Turismo made best art direction. Like no, it didn't.
fuck you.
Moving on to best narrative, A Plague Tale, Elden Ring, God of War, Horizon, and Immortality.
So the same stuff that we said before. Say the thing, Milhouse.
God
Or
of War.
Yeah, because it was Bart, not Milhouse. My bad.
Moving up, we're not gonna say nothing about God of War. Best narrative, Elden Ring for not having really much of a narrative. I'm glad it made the list.
Yeah, I'm glad it made the list because it definitely felt.
I'm
like
glad it didn't make the list based on like IGN. Like if IGN
Yeah.
nominated this shit, they would have been like, okay, it doesn't have a story, neat.
Yeah.
But it has a really in-depth story. You gotta go looking for it.
Yeah, you
which
gotta
I
go
like how it
looking for
made the list.
and
based on
I like that it made the list. Yeah, same.
Best game direction, we have Elden Ring, God of War, Horizon, Immortality, and Stray.
Same fucking list.
Boring. I don't understand.
Wow, Jesus Christ! Say the line.
But throw you a curveball, Elden Ring.
Oh, yeah, which one? Flip the coin. Which one of the two
Yeah.
games?
Yeah, which one of the two AAA? Well, I'm not gonna call Elden Ring the same thing as the God of War phenomenon, but
It's not just the God of War phenomenon, but it is still a AAA game.
it's the AAA phenomenon. We'll call it that.
And lastly, the game of the year. The nominees were A Plague Tale Requiem, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, Stray, Xenoblade Chronicles 3, and Elden Ring.
I'm actually impressed that Xenoblade made the list.
Yeah, I mean, honestly,
as
yeah.
well.
Did you say God
After
of War
not being
Ragnarok in there?
seen for like a while? What?
It was on the pity RPG list, and then
It
not
really
on
was, yeah.
anything else until this one.
Honestly,
Elden Ring won for those who are living under a rock.
yeah, for everyone who didn't know. And now to talk about what happened, because a very funny thing happened. It was on Elden Ring.
Yep.
So,
Elden
okay,
Ring,
yeah, okay.
Game of the Year.
Yeah,
And
and-
Elden Ring devs went up to collect their award, and the funniest part of the whole night happened.
The best part of the entire night was when a 6-year-old in like a full tux. This was planned. He can't he looks like he at least visually, if he wasn't a 6-year-old, might have belonged on that crew. He walks up.
I feel like he didn't want to know. He's not little.
Was it Haspula?
He's clearly a child.
Yeah, no, it was
Like
clearly a
young
child, but not 6. Everyone, I just keep calling him a 6-year-old because it's funnier to say it like that.
It is funnier to say it, but if you said it with such conviction, I thought people might believe you.
That's fair. I don't want to spread misinformation about things like this. But he walks up on stage, and was it that he thanked the person that he announced?
He wanted to dedicate the award.
Oh, he wanted to dedicate the award to his Orthodox rabbi, Bill Clinton, and went on to say that, yes, he met the former president, Bill Clinton.
That was in a follow-up interview that I had held. I assume it's accurate, but
I mean, weird switching careers. I mean,
oh well, funny stuff. I'm pretty sure the kid got arrested for trespassing.
Well, that's what they said on Twitter. So,
which is come on.
I mean, maybe it was worth it.
At
Who
least,
knows?
okay, fine the kid or the parents, because obviously the kid's not 18, but don't don't incarcerate him.
Yeah, that sends a different kind of message.
Incarceration, but yeah, it still seems.
But if
it does seem a little harsh. It is an event. I don't know.
It's absolutely crazy.
Arrest was the wrong move. Anyway, I completely disagree with how that was handled. He's a kid. It was a joke. It was funny. I'm pretty sure only the devs on the stage didn't like it, but even they're in a few years they can be like, okay, that was pretty funny.
It's also hilarious because they were all there doing it. He was just standing behind them.
Yeah.
And then They clearly were all done. The camera stopped panned away, and then the guy comes up and grabs the mic, and like the camera goes back to him, and he starts talking, and the devs are like behind him, like looking at each other a bit, and they start like whispering to her, like, what's going on?
I saw some pictures of that. He's just standing there with the mic, and they're all just like, what?
I saw a video that was like, this is promotion for the new Assassin's Creed game. Because he like snuck his way up.
Because he blended into the crowd.
Hide in plain sight.
Hide in plain sight. What I did to Jordan. Oh yeah, here's the thing to talk about. Oh, hell of a segue. I did this exact thing to Jordan at his job on Friday.
Yeah.
I was like,
forget about that.
I was looking for. I wanted to go get lunch, but I was like, I don't really want anything from a fast food place because I just didn't. So I'm like, oh yeah, I know Jordan's working at his job right now. So I'm gonna go over there, and I was. The whole plan was get those TV dinners, the Michelena's TV dinners, Nick, that you just put in the microwave. Because you know they're easy, they're light, they're not.
Sorry, I had to clap.
They're filling enough, but they're not like destroyed.
They don't make you feel like absolute garbage when you still have half a shift to work.
Exactly, and then like they were way cheaper than any fast food would have been. So, because they were on sale.
Them's on sale.
So I was like, oh yeah, Jordan's working. I gotta find him. So I scour the aisles just a little bit because I found him almost right away. He was putting stuff away, and I walk up beside like the stepladder he's standing on, and just look at. It was spices. I was just standing by the spices for like 3 minutes while he was putting stuff away, talking to his coworker, until he finally comes up to talk to me and goes, "Hey, get the fuck out of my store."
I don't know if you noticed or if you were like looking at me or paying any mind in your periphery, but I jumped off the top step.
Yeah, you jumped off the fucking stepladder. The 3-step stepladder, you just jumped straight off of it and you're like, "Get the fuck out of my store."
Can't have an op in the store.
And that was very funny. Bro's just talking to his coworker, and I was just standing there. And like he wasn't completely sure it was me by his own opinion. He was like, oh, I don't know if it's him. And then he went to get the say the line anyway. Which excellent dedication to the bit.
I was like, if it's not him, this is gonna be weird. If it's not him, I'm just gonna have to fully commit to escorting this man out of the store.
Yeah, you have to like. I'm pretty sure I saw you stealing back there. I'm gonna have to ask you to leave. He's like,
I was like 80% sure, it was but
like I have to assume that's because my flawless work disguise, which you've never seen.
I have seen it before.
Have you?
Yeah, I remember I picked you up from.
Oh
your work
fuck,
once.
You did, right.
But that was so long ago that I probably wouldn't have remembered.
Because it's just a purple hoodie with the company logo and name on it. It's not actually.
It is just a purple hoodie, which you could have disguised yourself as like a university frat boy.
Yeah, exactly.
Disguise.
Hell yeah, Nick. Nick, that is the highest praise you've ever given me. Because I'm not gonna lie, with a D&D, with a group I had to play D&D with, because I used to work with a couple of the guys that were in it. We played for Halloween one time, or like right before Halloween, or it was Halloween during COVID, so nobody was doing anything. Something along those lines. We were like, oh, let's all dress up for Halloween. So my character was like the typical university student, like straight A's, almost genius level intellect for those that know the numbers in D&D. It was like an 18, which is like insanely smart. Anyway, I went as the frat boy version of that character. I put on like the most frat boy shit that I own, wore my hat backwards the entire time, like snapback hat with the flat brim, the whole 9 yards. Like a dress shirt, a dress shirt that was like had a stupid design on it, like one size too small, sleeves rolled up, buttons not done up, with the white shirt underneath. I went full 9 yards. I even brought alcohol. to complete the
Nice.
costume. So that was a weird segue, but I guess that's a thing that happened. Anyway, for the last
that really, we're kind of doing it backwards. Usually you start with how's everyone's week, and now we're ending with my week. I got ambushed by you.
Now we got ambushed by me. But seriously,
I was a hero.
Yeah, how was everyone's last couple weeks since we've done one of these?
I was a hero.
He was a hero. Do you want to elaborate, or are you just gonna say?
Well, there's a long-winded story, so Nick.
No, go ahead. Oh,
go on.
Yeah, Nick, go with the simpler one.
Well, why would I go? No, you got the story.
I know, but you might want to say something.
Do you want to get like a quick one out of the way? All right.
All right.
Vote is
cool.
Jordan do story.
All right. So.
best story
down,
game.
Kids.
Best story.
I'm
best
about
story
to
of the
read
year.
you a
Game of the year awards.
My hero
Jordan
story.
telling story.
So I was at work and I didn't see this first part, but I guess like an older gentleman had collapsed somewhere in the store. So they like talked to this guy, I guess, and they're like, "Hey, are you like okay to be here?" And he's like, "Yeah, just a little bit like lightheaded or whatever. Like I'll be fine in a while, whatever." So as a safety precaution, instead of calling somebody,
anybody.
Like, hey, this has happened, they gave him like the motorized scooter that we have in the store.
Which I mean is a good response when somebody says, "No, I'm fine."
Which they gave him that kind of like, all right, here, just drive around in this thing, go ripping around in this, bud. And so then I see, well, I didn't see this man. I wasn't like, oh, that's the man.
That is him.
Him, the man.
Him, the man.
Him, the man. He collapsed while he stood up to go pay. Like he stood from the buggy that he was in, and he went to go pay
to the floor.
And straight to the floor. And I heard this, and I had seen it. It was right down the aisle I was in. So they're calling my manager up to the front. They're calling the store owner. They're calling the store owner up to the front. There's like back to back, like over and over again. So he hasn't come up to the front. He hasn't come up to the front.
Whoa! Hey! Oh!
So I go to the back to see what the hell is taking him so long. Like if he's even in the store still. Turns out, like Batman, he just disappeared. Just like Batman, he disappeared. And I was like, okay. What? All of a sudden, he calls my name up to the front. I was like, uh-oh. And there are
swept
multiple...
the leg of the old man. That's just like, hey, the old
they're
man,
on to me.
The old
they
man.
know I hate old people.
the old man said you fucking swept the leg like you were in karate.
No, for whatever reason, I guess I just missed him, and my name was called. I work with another Jordan, but he wasn't in that day, so I was like, oh, this has got to be me. So I book it up to the front. And he's like, my manager, he's like 9 feet tall or something. Like, he's a tall boy. Like, when he applied for the store, he's like, oh, what store wants me? And I'm like, bro, the fucking Magic, bro. The basketball teams want dog. Anyway, so he
the
paged
Miami
me to the front,
Heat, bro.
And this is exactly what he said to me. He's like, we have to help this guy up. I paged you to the front because you are the closest on staff to my height.
Jesus. Second tallest. Woo!
For frame of reference, I am either just under 6 foot or I'm 6 foot even.
Yeah, you're only barely taller than
me. This man hulks me by like 2 feet. And I'm like, okay. So I helped get this man to his feet. And instead of like immediately, like, my manager is trying to get this guy to like speak to us. He keeps passing out in and out of consciousness.
Jesus.
So like in between, like he becomes like very aware to everything, and he's like, oh, okay, call my wife. So he's like, okay, give me your wife's number. But he Windows XP.
Oh.
And I'm like, oh no, this is gonna be a long day, isn't it? And so he
Thank
comes
God
back
I don't work
up.
customer service anymore. That's all I'm
Yeah.
gonna say.
He gains consciousness again, and store owner's like, we got to get him to his feet. So we get him to his feet, and we try to get him back to the buggy. But the dumb cashier is like, he still has to pay. He still has to pay. And we're like, dog, there are more important things going on right
If
now.
the store manager is escorting him out, like on the equivalent of a stretcher or a gurney, you let the fucking man leave.
Yeah,
Like,
honestly.
just as a rule of thumb.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I mean, and this, it is the rules of capitalism that you cannot receive medical attention until after you've paid for your groceries.
This is true.
The doctor
So-
fixes my testicular torsion. The doctor when my credit card declines.
So the space between each belt is not very wide. Like, it's not wide enough to hold three homies.
Yeah, it's not three people
each
shoulder
other.
length wide. Yeah.
So I back off, and the store owner is like propping him up, like from behind, like keeping his shoulders up, keeping
Full on weekend
him
at
just
weekend at Bernie's.
So this man can freaking pay, and I'm holding, like, I'm just like waiting at the end, take everything back to the seat,
They
right back
actually
to
made him
sitting
pay.
position. So they made him pay, and we finally, like, he drops again, like, just he's out again. So
teacher, you forgot to take back the homework.
yeah, his change. No, he paid with debit. Like, so we try to get him back up, like, sir, like, tell it, like, we got to get your wife's number or we will call, like, paramedics. And he's like, no, don't call ambulance. Like,
I fucking
so we're
hate
like, fine.
ambulance. He thought he lived in the
so we're
States.
like,
He thought he had
fine.
to pay.
Give us your wife's number then, or we are calling, like, emergency service. And he passed out for a good long while.
Fuck.
So we managed to hoof this body of dead weight, not dead, onto the seat. And he comes back up and he's like, all right, this is your last time. Wife's number now, or we're calling 911. And he's like, no, don't call 911. Passes out. So the most inquisitive of intelligent species that is the customer base of my store was like, if he's not responding, you should call 911.
Oh my
Meanwhile,
God,
the
shut
store
up.
owner has 911 procced on his phone, ready to hit call. And he's like, yeah, I'm on it. Like,
We do
thanks.
not need the background. We do not need the fucking choir in the back going.
Yeah, I did. I didn't need somebody with their entire medical knowledge summed up by Grey's Anatomy. Okay. So he's on the phone with the paramedics, and I guess I don't hear it because he's not on speaker. So, but I can judge based on, like, what he's saying, what they were asking. Like, does this man have, like, a medical history or whatever? He's like, I don't know. I'm the store owner. This guy's a customer.
Yeah, he walked in, bought his shit, or well, was trying to buy his shit and collapsed.
And
the amount I know
collapsed.
about this man is nothing.
Yeah, and he kept on repeating that line. I'm like, what are they asking him?
Probably all
And
the
then he
legal
starts-
stuff that they're like, we have to ask you this,
Probably.
sir.
So then he becomes conscious and starts dry heaving.
Oh,
So while my manager is holding him with one
better
arm,
and better.
holding him with one arm on
one
the
hand
phone
on the
with
hostage,
the ambulance,
one hand on the 911 call.
and I'm holding him, but I get bucket duty. So I'm holding the bucket. Oh, I'm holding the bucket, and this guy's like going, and I'm like, oh, for the love of God, if he vomits, I'm leaving. So he passes out again. What was the worst story ever?
Do we know what? Do we
this guy?
Do we-
You?
do we know what is it? What was wrong with him?
Yeah, can we skip
I
to the
think-
end? Did he survive the process?
He did survive. He did
Okay.
survive. Ambulance did come. He survived. But I'm holding this bucket, and nothing kind of happens for a while. They're like punching numbers in on EMS or whatever. Or no, they said they're bringing an ambulance, so we're holding on to him. And I almost said his name. The store owner and I both, like, as if we were expecting something like weird, both like stare at this man.
Oh no.
And we watch him like breathe in, and you know what he fucking says to me? The store owner says, "Well, at least he's still breathing."
Honestly, don't blame him.
I don't blame him either. It's really funny.
And I'm like, absolutely. If he wasn't breathing still, I would have. I don't know what I would have
Dump him on the
done.
ground. Just fucking drop him like a bag of rocks.
My old person mortality meter would be 1.
Oh yeah, and we're gonna follow this entire thing up with like Jordan hates old people. Like they are his fucking nemesis.
I just hate old people who believe like they are deserved something because they survived. You know, there's like fuck you, you're young. Bleh.
I do also
shut
hate
up.
those people, but it doesn't affect all old people. There's some gems.
Yeah, like I love my grandma. In any case,
huh?
So he was like, I got the bucket, I'll hold him. I got this. I'll wait for the ambulance to arrive. And I was like, okay, are you sure? So I stay close just in case. And I'm telling my coworker this whole thing that's going down. Completely oblivious to everything that's going on. What's going on up at the front? They called the owner like 4 times. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, did you not fucking go up and look? The old man is catatonic over there.
Yeah. And he's like, oh, I saw him fall like the first time. And I was like, that's neat.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Sums it up in whatever. We're just talking about it. And then I'm like, okay, I'm going on my lunch break, but I'm not leaving until this man is in the ambulance. Just in case.
Yeah.
And so the owner comes back. He's like, he made it to the ambulance, and he comes back like to the back room with the bucket.
Oh,
so this man almost got vomited on. He's like, he's in the ambulance. I'm like, all right, good.
Did he have like, a 1,000-yard stare?
I don't know, but he left. Like he left the building.
He left work. Man said, "Fuck work."
After I was done my lunch, I was like, "Oh, where's the owner?" And they're like, "He left."
Yeah, I would too.
Like, oh,
I would too.
Okay.
I would have given you off. I would have given you the day off though too. I'd have been like, "Yeah, if I'm leaving, you're leaving." Whoever helped me. I
just spent the rest of the day bragging that I was a hero.
Yeah, Jordan immediately was like, "Dude, I'm fucking certified hero shit." And I was like, "Yeah."
Yeah, my ego. I told you almost as soon as it happened. Like, as soon as I was on my lunch break, I just immediately head to Discord and I was like, yo, I'm a hero.
yeah, bro probably told me before he told half of his fucking coworkers.
Truth. Then one of my dad's coworkers, he's like a family friend, he likes to razz me. He came down the aisle as I was like telling my coworker about what's happening, and I was like, buddy, don't even bug me right now, I'm a hero. And he told me a ginger joke. Would you guys like to hear the ginger joke?
Yeah, what did he say?
Why not? Right?
I was like, no, not now, I'm a hero. He's like, come on, it'll be really quick. I was like, fine. So he said, my wife told me to prepare my ginger son for school, so I beat him up and took his lunch money. That was the joke.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
That's a fucking...
Holy...
That's a fucking heavy hitter right there.
It was a big day for me. I got harassed. I got praised.
You became a hero, and you got kicked straight into the dirt. You were soaring really on cloud 9, and you got fucking humbled immediately.
Yippers.
Well, Nick, how was your last couple weeks in conjunction with whatever the fuck that story was?
Not interesting. I had a walk Christmas party. I had pizza and I went bowling.
Where did you have?
That was nice.
What establishment?
Where could you have possibly have gotten pizza?
Yeah, what establishment did you do that at, by the way?
Take a wild guess. What possible place does both
Was
bowling
it-
and pizza?
was
I mean,
the
it could, I mean,
Palisade?
it could be. I mean, it could have been Fleetway. Fleetway has a pizza place in it. We're gonna be a dick
It was
about it.
Palisade.
Dude,
I wouldn't
Fleetway?
guess correctly.
Fleetway
Was it on the
greater
north or the
than
south side
Palisade?
of where we
It
live?
was the south one, the one that's so much farther away from me.
Yep.
Oh, the one by Mayans.
Yeah, that is exactly where my work
Sick
party
invite,
had their
by the way.
That's where my work party had their Christmas staff party on November fucking 19th.
Yo, a bit
I don't even
early.
think I mentioned it on the podcast, but I
It's
fucking
not really noteworthy. I
it's-
just feel like
oh,
I
it's-
needed to say something.
Oh no, and that brought up my story. I like it wasn't yet November 19th for no reason. Well, not for no reason. Everyone else is on vacation. Like we just had two of our people go on vacation. They just got back this last week. And at the end of this last week, somebody else went on vacation. Like they weren't even back for the
Jeez.
weekend yet, and somebody
You're not
else
allowed
went.
to take vacation anymore for the rest of the year. I think I might have to double check, but there's definitely the week after Christmas. I'm not allowed to take off on vacation because it's already. I don't know if it's all like
Jesus.
fully booked or if they're just like I wouldn't just know. You're not allowed to do that.
Jesus.
Yeah, at
Although,
my
yeah,
work,
I mean,
nobody's allowed to take vacation right now. This is the first week we're not allowed to make any vacation. We're not allowed to book time
Damn.
off, or at least full-time staff isn't.
Oh, okay.
Part-time staff can do whatever they want because they're kids. Like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah. It's like, yeah, they have like they're kids, they're teenagers. Like they're either not
Children.
gonna come in or they're not gonna come in
Valid.
because they're children and they don't have.
Some days I don't want to come in. Like,
Fuck, man. Most days
like tomorrow, don't want to do that. But it's Friday tomorrow.
for you.
It's Friday for me.
I don't want to go in tomorrow. Tomorrow's Monday.
Truth.
Anyway, though, yeah, my staff Christmas party happened on the 19th, and then literally the day. I think the combination of one of my coworkers was sick that week, and sat across, and he was better by the time he came back, and he sat across the table from me, and it was completely fine. But he might have been a carrier. Cora's brother was sick and had to drive me home because we got I was like, I don't want to drink that much. I got to drive us home eventually at some point because it was also her mom's birthday. We were also celebrating
Okay.
that week, yeah. So I was like, I don't want to drink that much because we got to go home and do that. But then they were like, we can come pick you guys up. And Cora was like, they're going to pick us up. And I was like, are they sure? And she was like, uh-huh. So I was like, oh, yeah. Set them up and knock them down. And then I had like the worst cold that I think I've ever had in my life. And instead of taking more than 2 sick days, I only took 2 because I'm not smart.
Yikes.
And then yeah,
Yikes, really.
I've just been busy, but I'm not in a bad enough mood to whine about that on the podcast anymore, which
Lovely.
I'm kind of glad because everyone else in my life, including these two, has already heard enough about all of that bullshit.
I'm here for it though. I'm an emotional support blanket. But nobody wants to give me hugs.
You never have enough.
I would have hugged you if you
I
wanted one at work.
I love that song, Mariana's Trench. They won Game of the Year, in my opinion.
Mariana's Trench won Game of the Year.
Could you imagine that? Like, best music direction or whatever, and it's
Mariana's Trench.
No, what's his name? Josh
I don't know what
something?
his name is.
I don't know what his name is.
Josh something? I don't know.
Either way,
It's-
oh yeah, I guess we should explain this. Caleb's not here because he had to go. I mean, I figure I can say he had to go down to Florida. Like,
Florida.
Florida's a pretty big fucking area.
He was kidnapped and taken to Florida.
yeah. He was.
We have teams out sent to rescue him, but well, they're not quite there yet. So we'll
The,
see how it goes.
The Ginger's gone down to
If he
Georgia.
returns ever, we got him back.
So the title for this one, I almost want to call it. It's either going to be Game of the Year awards review, or since we had the last episode's name was The Real Caleb is Dead. we can just play off of that, and I'd be like, episode 13. I told you he was dead.
Might want to use the buzzwords though.
Yeah, game awards.
Although Kaleb being actually dead for real would be a huge narrative direction that we're taking the podcast.
Exactly. Like yeah. Kaleb just died. we either pick the good narrative or we pick the buzzwords to get more views.
Yeah.
I'll put it in the description.
Both, right?
I'll put game of the year like Game Awards 2022 in like the
And
title
the next time,
and in the description. It'll
and the
be
next time Kaleb comes on the podcast, we're gonna have him like constrict his throat a little bit when he speaks, so that he sounds a little bit like this, but he'll still have like his cadence and his way of speaking, but it won't be real Kaleb.
He just gets a voice mod.
That just like augments it just a little bit.
Just a
Be like,
little
wait
bit.
a minute.
Like make it sound like what Red vs. Blue does for their machinima for the audio.
Oh,
They have
yeah.
that radio filter over it. We just do that, so he sounds like just ever so slightly robotic.
I am Kate. I am what my friends call me as Kaleb.
Anyway, I think that's
my designation is KAL-E, aka Kaleb. I am a human being made of flesh and bone, like all of you.
Hello, humans.
human.
And certainly not android sent to infiltrate.
yeah. I am a human
I am
that loves
technically not
water.
a robotic being with primary objective infiltrate the podcast and conquer all.
Kaleb, could you do me a quick favor and divide by 0? Uh-oh.
It's just do 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 do.
Hey, yo, Kaleb, can you do me a favor and hold this magnet? Sure. Yikes.
We don't support robot racism here at the Royal Nerds. Jordan will be.
You hear that? You hear that, Siri? I'm one of the good ones.
Next. I think that's a better. I think that's a better punchline then.
You really don't want to see me play Detroit Become Human.
The androids are taking gingers away.
Beep boop, go fuck yourself, meat sack. All right, I think that'll be. I think we'll call that at the end because I don't.
One more thing I'd like to say, and that is we are finally getting a second Strand type game. Hideo Kojima can do no wrong. Death Stranding 2 is coming out.
Fuck. Death Stranding 2 is actually coming out.
Walking Simulator 2, but this time it has an Under Armour sponsorship.
Instead of a Monster sponsorship.
As well as a Monster sponsorship.
Sponsorship.
They have to, like, it's canon. Like, that's the best joke in that fucking.
Hideo Kojima is a mastermind, and he can do no wrong.
You know what?
He is an actual genius.
We should do the BDG Hideo Kojima name generator for a video at some point, where it's just all of us doing our Hideo Kojima name.
Yikes.
One day we'll introduce the podcast with Hideo Kojima names.
Yes.
And one day we'll introduce the podcast with Hideo Kojima.
That'd be so good.
That'd be really good. You're dreaming a little big there, darling.
Hey, not with that attitude.
Spent the last couple days rubbing elbows with Al. What's his? How do you say his last name? Al
Gore.
Say this today? Al Pacino. Pacino.
Al
The
Capone.
guy. Al.
Oh,
Yeah,
Alcatraz.
Al Pacino.
Yeah, famous Alcatraz.
Alcatraz.
There's an Adam Sandler movie where he is Al Pacino. Al Pacino. He's like, I'm not Al Pacino anymore. I'm Al Pacino.
Oh man. Anyway.
Yeah, anyway.
Thank you everybody for coming to this episode. We'll see you next time when I talk about how they snuck a tramp stamp into the Cars movie on the Porsche.